No, I didn't reference anything for these. I do reference sometimes, but these straight out of my mind, baby.
Tracing in of itself can be a helpful tool to new artists. However, relying and depending on tracing to the point of profit is morally wrong.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Hello everyone, my name is Fish. Welcome back to a brand new video here today. I hope you're enjoying your day so far. So I stumbled across a YouTube video about Didus tracing and stuff like that. Now if you don't know who Didus is, he's an animator in the animation community with over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. And I've been watching him for about 2 years now. And I thoroughly enjoy his content. Now, I was just going through my recommended and I saw Didus please stop tracing. And I thought, okay then, I might as well just give this a watch. Now, by the first clip that I showed you, you can tell how much of a fucking pain this is gonna be. Like, it's just gonna be annoying. So, I'm gonna let you watch.
Tracing in of itself can be a helpful tool to new artists. However, relying and depending on tracing to the point of profit is morally wrong.
Talking slowly is another thing to get revenue. Am I right, guys?
Unfortunately, justifying tracing to yourself and making it part of your brand is something I found with Didus. Didus? With over 1 million subs and being on the platform for a couple years, how has it been so long that no one noticed he traces? This is the story of a man from Maine who will never be the same after this video came out. P.S. At the end of this video I announced the tablet contest winner from Galmon. But they aren't sponsoring this video. Skillshare is a fantastic online learning community of over 25,000 classes in business, design, and more.
Not even joking, that's the fastest he ever talks throughout this entire video.
Illustration at School of Visual Arts here in New York for more than 10 years.
But don't forget about Gabriel, who has a class in character illustration.
I like to work on this really graphic, illustrative style, and my work became known for its narrative and the storytelling elements that I love to.
Anyone who clicks this link gets 2 free months of Skillshare Premium, so you can have access to the dang old site right here with all the classes. And with an annual subscription of less than $10 a month, it's the most affordable service in its class. But speaking of
On YouTube, when someone actually talks about a sponsor, it's not 45 seconds long. It's usually about 20 to 25 seconds long and then the video starts. This guy thought it was necessary to talk about 45 seconds for the sponsor, his contest winner, and then the sponsor again. Like, bruh. This is a literal freaking way he's trying to extend his video just to get the ad revenue.
falling, what kind of tablet does Didus use? Funny you should ask, and I would appreciate if you'd let me start the video. Graduating sometime in the early 2010s, Didus has a bachelor's degree in 3D animation.
I graduated from an art college. Graduated from an art school. Art college. Art college.
This is art school.
Wanting YouTube to become a full job, he has some similarities to Rebecca Barham, as she also graduated from an animation college and wants YouTube to be her career, but the similarities end there.
For your information, here's a stand that I bought for 20 bucks, and this is $3,000, so you know, spending 20 bucks is no big deal when you're spending $3,000 on a super powerful tablet that runs Windows 10.
You do realize that other YouTubers can go to art school, right? Not just Rebecca Parham or freaking Didus. A whole load of other animators in different freaking communities have most likely went to an art school or just haven't announced it yet. Just because Rebecca Parham, Let Me Explain Studios, has went to art school and Didus as well, that doesn't mean he's fucking copied her. Like, this guy thinks it's necessary to say that, and I think he's a fucking idiot.
I was 14, and I remember how everyone I saw on DeviantArt were so amazing. They had so much love and attention that it made me jealous. So I had a phase where I'd steal people's work because I wanted to look good without doing the hard work, but the attention I got wasn't the good kind.
You do realise there's an art technique called life drawing, right? Or you can even reference it to still life drawing, where you just draw three singular objects. Yes, I do realise those Twinkies are a photo, but it literally doesn't mean he fucking traced it. This guy is fucking going out of it to think, oh yeah, Didus probably just freaking traces just to get ad revenue. And this guy's a fucking idiot. It isn't traced. He's probably just looked at the reference photo and drew it. Like, what the fuck? Now, I know what you're saying. Primal. Some of these are clearly traced. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. But listen to me for a second, and then you can say what you want in the comments. You can look at a reference photo and be like, oh, okay. And then just draw it. That's what I do. I look at a photo, like, okay, that's actually worthy of me drawing. So then I'll pop my phone away, have a complete silence, and draw. Now, think about it like this. Didus could have easily looked at a photo of a freaking magic bus. I know what cartoon that's from, shut up. But basically, you have to think about it like this. You can reference drawings. Just because he has something in his YouTube video that looks traced doesn't mean it is in fact traced. He could have freaking found a reference photo and then just drew it. That's my point right now. He could have freaking found that image and then fucking drew it. This guy is just annoying me. And the fact is, look how far the video is already. Like, the fuck. He's only talking about tracing for like 2 minutes now already, if you think about it. The fucking first full 2 minutes of the video has been about fucking sponsors. That's just dumb.
Knowing he graduated from art college and even made the dean's list.
I actually got on the dean's list on my senior year of college, which, by the way, I slept 80% of my classes away that semester.
And looking over at his DeviantArt page, I've seen some great examples of his knowledge over shading, form, and even character design. And that's great. However, over time, he's become complacent with his online life and resorted to tracing in order to get out videos. And when a friend told me to go check out Didus, I was like, there's probably not that much tracing. I was wrong. After watching through his video library, I took notes whenever there was a trace, and on average, about every 20 seconds, there was a trace. Small note for beginner animators is to use the line tool in Flash, if you use Flash, which is what Didus uses along with Clip Studio Paint. And you're thinking, why am I bringing this up? Well, take for example this image here from an episode of SpongeBob. Now here's his trace. Forgetting the fact that he could just use the real image if he just instead used the line tool instead of horribly tracing it.
Do you realise it's called an animation video for a reason, right? You don't put a fucking image rawly or rarely in a YouTube video unless you're trying to talk about a dog or a parrot or whatnot. You just don't put an image of a meme randomly. Most people usually draw it like Didus. You just draw the image or, in fact, trace it. Now, you're probably wondering, Primal, I thought your point was that it doesn't trace. Yes, that is my point. But I know what you're saying. He's clearly tracing it, and I'm standing by that. Yeah, he probably did trace that. But something that pisses me off is that he thinks he always traces, which he rarely does. I've noticed his art style, and I've noticed what he can do. This is something that Didus just doesn't do. He just doesn't steal it like that. He can frickin' get a picture and reference it, and then draw it. And then there's those moments where, oh shit, I want to put in this meme, but I can't exactly draw it. Trace it. There you go. There's your answer right there. This guy thinks, oh yeah, you should just put in the image instead of just drawing it or tracing it. No, dude, it's a fucking animation video. Get a fucking life.
He could have approximated for the meme. But noting his video catalog and seeing how long it takes to upload, you're like, hey, he doesn't put out that many videos, why does he trace? You know, since he can draw.
I couldn't tell what he said there, but it sounded like he can't draw. But, tell me what you guys think.
Keeping in mind that he's a one-man artist team, and the fact that in one of his unlisted videos he makes note of how much he plays League of Legends, with a recent streak of over 7 hours in one day. So in this scenario, it's just a case of bad time management. Problem with that, what I just said right there, is since he's been doing this for over 3 years, he slowly just found reasons to justify this behavior. And recently on Twitch, Datus had a live stream where he drew. Side note, his offline screen is actually a trace from Evangelion. But going back to the live stream, suspiciously enough, he started the stream with the sketches already completed. But why am I pointing this out, if not for the fact that it might be a trace sign, considering he didn't draw it on stream, thus proving that he can actually draw? Instead, it's the fact that he spent over 17 hours finishing these 5 panels. A length of time that would make Hayao Miyazaki sad. Which is a person he traced once. In most
That depresses me that he thinks it's a good idea to fucking say a dead artist would be sad over an actual artist who's making animation and thinking, oh, he's tracing my art. It's not like 100 of freaking millions and freaking billions of people all over the planet are already doing it already. Like, that's just like, the fuck? That's just annoying. That wouldn't make him sad. It would just like be like, oh yeah, he's tracing my drawing. So what? Encourage the artists, am I right? Something that just naturally pisses me off about this guy is that he talks in a low and monotone voice. That made me thinking, Primal, what the fuck? Now, just listen to me for a sec. He talks in a slow, monotone voice. He's doing this so he can extend the video. I'm not even joking about this. The video is 16 minutes long and he's talking slowly just to make them ad revenue. Now, if we go to Social Blade, this is how much money he's making. Yeah, you see what I mean? Well, if you think it's wrong to trace, then I think other people would find it wrong to speak slowly just to make profit. It actually full on annoys me that this guy thinks that Didus is doing wrong, where clearly he's doing an exact opposite by talking slowly just to extend the video. This is something that I just hate about YouTubers when they do it on purpose to just extend the video to get ad revenue. Actually just do something just to extend the video, maybe make it more funnier, or not even like talk about the ad at the beginning of the video, or maybe just do it at the end. That way it just makes more sense. I feel like this guy just is doing this out of either hate or because he just doesn't understand art in general. This guy thinks tracing is a bad thing in YouTube videos, but in my opinion, I don't think it is at all. Whenever I'm drawing, I usually get a reference photo, and then I just draw the character, or sometimes I will just draw from whatever just pops into my head, whether it be like Ultra Instinct Goku, or maybe it's like, I don't know, Deku from My Hero Academia. I need to like find a reference photo, and then I'll just go ahead and draw it, and then see what my mistakes were by asking friends and tell me where I went wrong. But sometimes when people think it's wrong to trace just to do an animation, I think that's wrong. Some people are actually born full-on artists and know how to actually do this naturally. Like, in some scenes you can tell it is traced, but I feel like that's just added in just to make the video more funny. People will not have a problem with you if you trace. As long as they enjoy your content and think that you're a good person, I feel like you can get away with it. Whether he is tracing or not tracing, Didus is a good and awesome person. I feel like he should just be more out there in the animation community. But say for example I did animation, I would trace, yes I would. I would trace just to get into the feel of animation, to get myself used to it, and then learn from the tracing. I wouldn't do tracing 24/7 like this guy supposedly says Didus does, but I don't think Didus does. He's actually a really good artist, and I've seen a lot of his art on his Instagram and all his social medias. And I just think this guy is just taking this to a whole new level by saying that he just traces just to make profit, where he does little tracing each video. This guy thinks he has a whole lot of proof that he's tracing, but in my eyes I don't think he is. But it just kind of pisses me off at that point. Well, anyway guys, I'm gonna end the video here because I have nothing else to talk about this guy. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure to smash the like button like a boss. Subscribe if you are brand new and do enjoy my content. I will try to do as many different videos as I can each week to make you guys happy. Anyways, I've been Primalfish, you've been awesome, and I will see you guys later. Peace.